back at it again for the YouTube crowd. Let's have a gander at what it is I'm doing and supposed to do. He can perish. Why? Tracking shot drops her stress, so why not? I'm gonna have to waste a turn on corpse clearing now. Ow! That does a lot of damage plus bleed. Alternatively, wait for the corpses to dissipate on their own. Do I have a burn salve or something? Or can I bleed you? And then Divine Grace.
A small foundation of trust.
Just kind of out of position for that. The thing is, like, yeah, do that. And then do this. Well, that doesn't de-stress her or heal her, so take the hit. Do it to him. And then Duelist Advance.
Stupendous.
Excellent work. That's just brutal. So is this.
The slow suffering begins.
Do I do it again? And put him out of position? That'd be insane. I mean, I could drop her stress, but I could also use her turn to use her thingamajig. So, I feel like double tap. Yeah. Excellence. Do you mind? Chance to Death's Door? Nope. Why does it hit so hard? Let's just get him to the Death's Door. Duelist Advance. Yeah.
The past is gone. Let
She's
it die.
hurting. Turn start. If DOT'd, activate regen, turn end, remove DOT. If restorative item equipped, which I don't have, plus 25% healing given. Minus 50% healing received is crazy, though. Remove disease. Bleed 2. That's not a bad thesis. Anybody diseased? No. You move decently fast. I'll put that on just because I don't have anything. Oh, fuck. Well, everybody wants to go to the shrine except Boudica. Yeah, she doesn't want to remember the last things, but Is she gonna live through the next fight? Versus I could go to the field hospital. Is there another shrine? There's not. There's also not another hospital. What a crossroads. But there's also an oasis up there. I want to finish her story, and then I don't have to worry about chasing down shrines of reflection for her ever again. But let's hope Junie is able to... You gotta be fucking kidding me. You know what? Let's get you out of harm's way. And then you can do your lunge to go forward. But everyone has guard right now. But riposte. Do you mind? Leper chop! For 11. Oof. Goated. Stop it. Rude. Well, that's why we have breakthrough. I can hit her very hard. Or not really very, but... Push forward. Kind of want to get her out of harm's way yet again, but applying the riposte right now is a little unnecessary, so let's just get some damage out. Yeah. Leper chop. For only 8. Stop it.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Good work, Dismas. Yeah. Getting a big heal off. Yeah.
Measure out your violence and apply
Bro.
it judiciously.
Tracking shot drops Boudica's, but it doesn't really help me here. Unless that corpse clears itself. I think I'd rather take the damage functionally. But if the corpse clears itself, and that'll stress her out. That's wild. Dismas doesn't have any stress, but taking some damage on her is a good idea. Yeah. Ow. You know what to do. Big hit. Bleed him big time. Guaranteed to bleed. No damage. What I could do... I feel like this is good here.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
And then kill.
One less obstacle in our path.
Bleed him again. Or remove that, get plus 30% damage for next attack. And then also debuff your attack.
waxes and wanes.
You are blind. Do that to drop Junia's stress, get him on death's door. And then he's already bleeding, but I can just break through in order to make sure that he dies. Junia, can you do a big heal right now? Awesome, love to see it. Finish him.
Greater threats await those who dare.
Okay. So now, get the final Shrine of Reflection for Boudica.
Chapter 5. The Great Emptiness.
Heavy.
Alone and untethered, she wandered the countryside, fighting for sport and soaking her wounds in wine. She sought death at every turn, desperate for a second chance to prove her mettle. But it seemed even that terrible wraith had forsaken her.
Oh.
Her isolation was absolute. Her shame barely concealed by a fragile facade of fearlessness.
Adrenaline rush. Self-heal, remove bleed, and weak. Gain on attack? Heal 20% on attack is crazy. And then a howling end. Self-back, let's go! Deals good damage, good crit chance, and lets her be able to work a lot better with the leper, especially if I decide to throw a purge on him so that he can actually do that. That's something I think that I'll think about later. I don't know. Because here's the thing, it's like, oh, but that's a stress mitigator. But that's massive in terms of secondary healing. That makes a leper with a cultist comp a lot more viable. Then Howling End for a back move. Because, like, Bloodlust is very situational. Well, it removes the Winded. This applies Winded. I really want to throw this on this comp, but I don't think I can justify it right now. Breakthrough for damage to ignore. Oh, it ignores the guard. Not just block. Oh, it doesn't ignore block. It just ignores guard. Which is very good. And it removes guard, too. Lots of ideas here. We're going to stick with what we got for right now.
At least it should be.
And where am I going moving forward? Let's see. Either assistance encounter, even without combat, is fine. Well, my wheels are also suffering, so left. Red Hook Studios, you are masters at developing incredible, complicated, and atmospheric games.
Madness is easier than holding out against it.
You give us a bit of everything. Like, yeah, it'll piss off Boudica more, but that's so much. I can't turn that down. Yeah, I needed all that light too. La-da-dub! In dire need of the laudanum. You being able to blind someone is ironic.
Analysis is invaluable until it becomes an excuse for inaction.
Wayne June, let me manage my stuff without you. You want to go to the Oasis. And... oh, either one of them leads to an Oblivion's Ingress, which is crazy. Yeah, we'll go to the Oasis. I've got 6 mastery points, and I'm gonna get more.
The loathing festers.
And I think I'll turn right, because I get a candle and a big fight anyway. Oh, but there's 2 fights either direction. I mean, I could remove the smallest amount of stress, but that pisses her off even more, and the relationship's already, like, not good. Whatever. Mineral spring water. Hold up. Massive item.
An elementary problem, is it not?
Well, this way, at least I don't break an extra wheel. I don't have very many baubles.
Let nothing bar your path.
Oh, that's not a candle for this path. That was a candle for the right path. Oh well, that's fine. Oh, I get it anyway. Okay. Ooh, what was that item?
Emptiness of the void.
Poultice for +4 speed. Sure, why not? Anyone get advantage? No, but at least you're not pissing anyone off. Alright. Let's get some bleed going. And then I can illuminate. Have Dizziness be able to hit this thing. Am I going to target the backline this time around? 50% chance to hit, though. I could also preemptively prop Divine Comfort, stress Boudica slightly. Sure, why not? Bruh. Bruh. Yeah, let's get some big damage out on the back line. Good work. And I can blind you. And I think I want the damage on you as well, just because you still got the crit. And you're also bleeding. Let's finish off one of you fast. She is in fact still blind, but I can get 3 stress heal on Boudica already. Alternatively, I could debuff somebody's Ooh. Your bleed might only be for one, so I think finishing you off is wise. Yeah. And then I can use tracking shot to make Boudica happy. And also make sure she can get out extra damage. Big hit. Nice. So you've only got 5 HP, very good chance to death store you. Excellent work. Love to see that as well. Finish him. Brother! That thing's gonna die one way or another. Could decide to break through, but like, why? I'd rather just hit him. Remove his guard so she doesn't have to use illumination. Can't debuff him, but at least I can get the damage off. Yeah. Ah, leper blind. Remove stress. Double tap for damage, or duelist advance so that she can break through more reasonably. Apply riposte. Yeah. And also stress relief Junia. Lower its damage.
Steady yourself.
Leper chop! It's dead its next turn. Which means I could just work on... I can drop Junia's stress, and we can focus using the... It's fine.
An inkling of potency still lingers.
Plus
in some of these
50% fire
worn
resist.
relics.
Plus 5% crit. Ooh.
The loathing whispers.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind you having additional fire resist, to be honest. Losing some healing potential is a bit rough on you. But it's not quite as much on you. The irony. There's a lot of irony there. Give you more crit. Losing move resist on the leper is kind of appalling, though. But I've got a team comp that can kind of handle it. Having her have incredible bleed resist is good. Well, does she self-bleed at all? No. Her having negative move. Well, she's only going to get shoved forward 1, and the Dismas can just duelist advance. It's fine. Alright. So we're gonna have 3 fights in a row. I'm gonna have so many mastery points. Okay, so our situation here is we've got 2 arbalists and a bishop. The arbalists are a problem, and I think I'd like to deal with them. He resists the bleed. Very annoying. Yeah. And then pistol shot, see if I can finish him. Yeah.
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
Leper is blind. Leper is no longer blind. Where's break? There it is. I should have chopped the other guy, to be honest. Alright. Stress manage. Getting some damage out on the bishop's kind of necessary because I know you can resurrect people, so... Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Shoot him again. Small chance to kill him. Damn. Alright, chop this guy. He's very annoying. Alright, I'll piss off Junia. Small chance to kill. Not quite. God. He's hurting. I can use this to finish off you, whose turn it is next, and apply riposte. And then she can break through. But also this. I mean, I should have healed there, to be honest, but... this just felt more correct. I mean, I'm about to hit the inn.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
Well, no, I'm about to hit the Oblivion's Rampart, and then I hit the inn. Whoa, everybody. Stop right there. Because there's a dude who will be applying his own stealth in there, very likely. She's got that going on. I don't need to waste that though, so I think I'll put that on you. And have that on you for in case of emergency. Seems legit. There he is. Damn, which one of you do I target first, though? Well, let's see. I can use tracking shot to de-stress Boudica. Also, before that becomes a problem. And to remove your dodge. And then Junia goes next, which is good because big heal's necessary. Leper, you know what you must do. And then, if it bleeds on you, guarantee the bleed? Absolutely. So if I remember right, that should be a bleed for 2 unless it's upgraded. I should probably... Okay, it's the upgraded one, so it's a bleed for 4. Don't blind my... I'll fucking do it again. Let's see. Duelist advance for riposte. Yeah. He's also immobilized, so that works out for me better. You gave him regen, you... Oh. That might be a solemnity moment, to be honest. I could illuminate that. But let's get some regen going. Solemnity for both healing and stress heal. Yeah. I need to upgrade that. Well, I'm gonna have a lot of mastery points, so I'm gonna be fine. That thing's gonna be really tanky is what's the unfortunate reality. So it's like... Yeah. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And not having that body clear slash pull is still really a problem. If it hits, it bleeds.
A brilliant conclusion.
Good work. Followed by dropping your damage and giving you all sorts of weaknesses. Yeah. You've got to be kidding me! Oh. That's devastating, to be honest, right there. But, you know, it isn't being able to do that. Leopard, chop! I don't need to apply Duelist Advance again, though. Shoot you twice to remove the guard. I like that thesis.
Lethality writ large.
Do it again. And applies a weak point for the efficacy of Wicked Hack. Love to see it.
Stupendous.
Riposted. Alright. Yeah. Your next turn, you die. Illuminate you. If it bleeds this guy, yeah. Duelist advance just to be sure it dies since it does have regen. But then I feel like I'm gonna waste the leper's turn. I could just reflection to drop his stress. Debuff your attack, not that you really have. Wait. Yeah. Forsaken is crazy. Yeah, reflection. If it bleeds... Oh, I can't target it because... Oh, you bastard. Your stress isn't high enough for that to matter. I'm just gonna hit a corpse, I guess, because, nothing else does anything. Tracking shot. Do you mind? Oh, it committed suicide.
Sweet reprieve.
So many mastery points. Break skills cannot gain armor for 2 rounds. Gain when hit, remove damage debuff, but minus 2% death blow resist per round. For longer battles, that's kind of cheeks, but to be honest, like...
These warm candlelit windows promise refuge.
Yeah. Because I have been using his break, and I'm going to be using his break. Except in the final fight. I'm gonna have to remove that, remember that. I need a massive amount of stress relief for my whole team. Or actually, no, just for Junia, really.
The roaring heart does much for the weary body. Even more, perhaps, for the restless soul.
Alright, let's see. Who has... That's the fire resist one. Let's just make sure you can literally never get set on fire. Yeah. Everybody, eat up. 25% blight resist. Who would that be best suited for? I'm gonna say Dismas. I mean, I'll throw that on just because I have it.
Plan accordingly.
And I did get a decent amount of baubles, but guess what? Now here's the thing. Break's not going to matter at all in the final fight. So I'll have to think about what I want to trade it out for later. Let's see, we can get more damage on Breakthrough. We can get more stress relief on Revelry and more healing on it. Plus 10% death resist is pretty good too. I've been using Duelist Advance a decent bit. I mean, I may as well upgrade. No, that's not necessary, especially for the final fight. Illumination, not really necessary for the final fight either. Judgment. But I mean, I may as well help before the final fight, right? But I've got so many extra points. Upgrade Breakthrough for sure, just because damage. Bloodlust, remove winded if target bleeding, plus 30%. If target bleeding, that's not really gonna matter. Dang, I've got all these extra points. What would I dare use in the final conflict? Bash. Applies weak immobilize, and dazes. That's got to be pretty good for the final fight, to be honest, so I'm going to do that. Because break's not going to matter there. It'll matter for this first fight coming up. So giving it more damage. Is that all? And also reducing his chance of self-blind. Oh, intimidate ignores shadow. Or stealth. That's pretty good. Because I can self-taunt. Oh, the intimidate when upgraded is the only one. Okay. It also does slightly more damage. I mean, this feels crazy because, like, I'm just going to be doing some skill swapping. But upgrading Intimidate for the final fight to be able to self-taunt and debuff damage, I don't know. That doesn't feel worthwhile. With Stand, on the other hand, double guard in taunt, turn start additional guard for 3 turns, 25% DOT resist, and move resist. So I'll swap out Break with that, I think. And then what the fuck else? Cannot gain dodge. Removing 3 positive tokens just for this next fight immediately, I guess. I actually got a severe overabundance of mastery tokens here. Repairing this is absolutely not necessary, so let's take a look at provisions.
Can be taught, that you may stand just a little taller at the end.
Yeah, because I could use more laudanum, get some burn salve. Ooh, Pouch of Lie would be good for this first fight here, since they do still leave that, and stress management. Well, let's take a look at what everyone's... Ooh. Yeah.
Every
Stress
need
management.
a lesson.
There is minimal stress management available.
A bit of comfort on the road to damnation.
Take a chance to get everyone's relationships positive? Sure. First, Junia and Dismas. Followed additionally by Junia and Dismas. Followed by playing cards. Nope, nope, yes, 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 no. I couldn't really tell you if that was positive or negative for me. Well, regardless, let's see. You are very friendly, 18 out of 20. You are unfriendly as all fuck. You're very likely to have a positive relationship encounter, whereas you... But Dismas will also be very likely positive, so let's mitigate the possibility of a negative one. Stimulating Poultice plus 4 speed. Making sure Dismas is able to move fast, or Junia. Because it just debuff both of your speed. Yeah, Dismas. Oh, he's the austere, so Junia. Let's take a look at what everybody's got going on here. Oh, you've got laudanum? Yeah. I mean, nobody's diseased. So I don't need that for right now, at the very least. And then, that's kind of too good to use for right now. We're for sure taking it into the final fight, though. So...
Precious relics remind us of a time before the end.
yeah, none of these are really necessarily worth purchase. Well, plus 25% move resist. I've got ministrations, though. The irony is I don't need to really spend my baubles, so I guess I'll just repair this for shiz and gigs.
Repaired and refurbished. Ready for the leagues ahead.
Alright, we're gonna...
All
Let's see.
roads lead to the mountain.
We're gonna call this
Leads beyond it.
episode here because it's gonna take more than 15 minutes for me to actually complete the mountain. So, thanks YouTube for watching. For the stream, I'm gonna continue and start another episode for YouTube. Peace!